So as Lucas just mentioned, Britain and France have sent warships to the Middle East as part of a possible mission to try to secure the Strait of Hormuz. All this as America's historic military buildup in the region remains in place. Let's bring in retired U.S. Navy Captain Bob Wells. Captain Wells, I think a lot of people thought that Iran would have thrown in the towel by now, that, after they had their leadership decapitated and so much of their infrastructure, their Navy destroyed, that they would have simply thrown up their hands and said, okay, we'll do whatever you want. Why hasn't that happened, do you think?
Because, thanks again for having me on, John, because they're a revolutionary regime. And I don't buy the fact that there's a divided government. I think they do have an IRGC government. I really think it's time. It's very compelling also to think about those 1,500 ships and the 20,000 sailors and seafarers in the Gulf. They've endured 60 days right now. It's really time to set them free. I really would advocate very strongly that we need to start Project Freedom again. I think we have the capability, as you showed, with the tremendous force posture the United States has, not only for the blockade, but also for our destroyers, which are in the Strait of Hormuz, that have transited into the Persian Gulf. So I do think the American Dome, communicating to the seafarers, building confidence that they can count on the United States to protect them, to go through this cleared passage lane through the Omani waters. The Iranians are not going to negotiate, in my view. I think they're just stalling for time.
General Jack Keane, who's well known to our Fox viewers, says very much the same. He thinks it's time to maybe end the ceasefire and resume some strikes on Iran. Listen.
We went to a ceasefire about a month ago. From the Iranians' perspective, that's what they wanted to achieve, stop the war. And we were supposed to get a negotiated deal in a couple of weeks. It did happen. They have purposely dragging this out. It's now been a month, and we still don't have much to show for it. We want Iran back on its heels, suffering significantly and susceptible to resistance from their own people, internal pressure. So in my judgment, I think we got to see reality for what it is.
What do you think of that suggestion, Captain Wells?
I agree. We need to see reality for what it is. We have an IRGC government in Iran that really has the leverage over the polity that is existing in Tehran. We also have IRGC capability, not only on Larak Island, but also Keshem and Siri Island and in the islands that are targeting all the international vessels there. I also think they're very, very intent on controlling the Strait of Hormuz. They recently had a political decision, an agency established to control the Strait of Hormuz. This is an international waterway. As Secretary of State Rubio said, this should not stand. So we should basically continue, as General Keane had mentioned, to change and apply the Strait of Hormuz intent and keep it on the American side, communicate with all the seafarers, conduct Project Freedom, bolster diplomatically the Emirates, Bahrain, Qatar, Kuwait, Iraq, that we're going to start this again. And let's clear the Persian Gulf and let these seafarers go home, set them free.
But you say that the Omani side of the Strait of Hormuz is clear. Clear of mines, I presume, is what you mean. Can't we just direct all those ships through that side of that very narrow choke point?
We can. As I understand it, it's maybe 1,000 yards wide. In terms of transit passage, you protect either through escort or through overhead with the Apache helicopters, the A-10s, watching the IRGC response. One of the more important things to realize since this Project Freedom was established is that we know we've got better targeting now since the ceasefire. Where are all the IRGC skiffs, the small boats coming from? Our main concern, though, are the drones and looking at the possible ballistic missile hits on Emirates like they did in Fujairah. And that's a concern with regard to defending the Arab states. We need to basically underscore that we're going to protect the Gulf Cooperation Council countries, that the Strait of Hormuz will not be closed. It is an international waterway. And John, as you stated, the Omani waters are clear. We've cleared them of any possible mines. We just need to communicate that. We have a more robust capability as well.
All right. Retired U.S. Navy Captain Bob Wells Captain Wells, thank you.
Thank you, John.
All right, thanks for watching. Check out my new podcast, Hanging Out with me, Sean Hannity. The big interviews, the debates you won't get anywhere else. Like and subscribe for new episodes every Tuesday and Thursday.